Welcome, welcome. It's holiday time. It's such a fun time, and I decided to take a little bit of time out for me and do a new little cardigan. Love this cardigan. I used pattern 915. This is going to be really fun. First, just to kind of show you what we're doing, I'm going to show you this first picture. This is where I got the idea, and I thought that's 915 with a few little fringes done. So I'm going to walk you through and show you how to do it. It took me an hour and a half. From the time I cut it out to the time I made it. It's just like a sweater set. It's just like $195, but it's got a couple things different on it. So you're gonna find it's really fast and really easy, and it's comfortable. Oh my goodness, it's so comfortable. The fabric I'm using is 100% cotton. It's really soft, and that's something I'm noticing a lot in the stores is even though I look at something and it's really soft, a lot of it's being done with polyesters, high percent polyesters. And they feel soft, but they just don't wear like their cottons. They just don't last, et cetera, et cetera. Cottons are so nice. So it's such a great reason. So let's just go through the process. So I used pattern number 915. It's called Hugo's Favorite Cardigan. Hugo Boss was the original designer on this pattern. Love this. It's just got a princess seam. It's got a French dart. It's got a piece down the center. And I made it just like the pattern. The back has a little bit of elastic here. It just pulls it in. All of that's in the pattern. All right, so we're not going to worry about that. So what I want to show you is, and I don't want this to fall, and again, I made it just like the pattern. Didn't do any changes to it. Except, let's talk about fabric for a minute. So this is pattern number 915. The fabric is 2943. It's new up, 2943. And so I want you to look at the second picture, and you can see in the second picture there's a pocket and then also the fringe. But either way, you'll get a kind of a look at what we're doing. So what I did is I did half, and then I'm going to do the other half in front of you just to kind of give you some confidence because it's really easy. So I'm not going to worry about the pattern. No changes. Do it just like it did. Whatever changes you make to your sweater set, make to this pattern as well. And so when you're using this fabric, you're going to find that there's stretch. And the stretch is going from selvage to selvage. It's not going the length. It's going across the fabric. So what that means I'm going to do is you're going to find in order to cut fringe that you're going to cut in that direction. And then you pull and it creates your fringe. So be careful because when you're cutting out this portion, you're putting it like this. So the stretch is going from selvage to selvage. So for instance, the side piece, the sleeve, the stretch you want to go around you. So you're putting these pieces up and down. But because the fringe has got to go the stretch, you're going to have to turn the piece on the fabric to go up and down. It doesn't need any more fabric. I use 2.5 yards, so 2 or 3 yards, whatever your size needs are. But this piece needs to go from selvage to selvage, whereas it's selvage to selvage. Remember, the stretch is selvage to selvage. So the stretch is going around the rest of the garment, but because I want this fringe, what you'll notice is if you try to cut fringe without any stretch, it won't fringe. It won't give you this nice, little tubes. And so you have to go with the stretch of the fabric, so just turn it. So that means the rest of it and these pieces are different directions. That's the only thing I need you to see, because if you do it the wrong way, it won't fringe. You could always cut it off and make a seam and switch it. You could fix it, but just know that if you want it to be all one piece, you've got to turn the direction of it. So that's the only fabric considerations you need. If you have fabric, if you're using, this is fabric number 2943. I said that's new. If you have fabric that's got stretch in both directions, just make sure you can use it, but just make sure you're cutting it and pulling it, because even if you have stretch in both directions, it fringes differently in one direction than it does in another, and you're going to find that you like one direction better, most likely, than you do the other direction. Okay, so I've turned this in the pattern. This is on the fold, so you don't have to worry about that. I completely finished it. I'm showing you this purposely so that you'll understand how I did it. Okay, so I finished it completely. I mean, that literally means I'm going to, it's falling on me. I finished the hem, finished it completely. So I did 10 inches up, and what I'm gonna do is cut the strips and go up to the pins. And I make mine about a 1/2 inch wide. You could do it on a table, it might be a little easier, but I'm just gonna show you a couple of them so you can see what I was thinking. And I kind of did a little sample first, but I'm doing your sample, so you don't really need to do it. All right, and then because the very front's on a fold, I actually cut off the hem, and I'm going to show you how this worked. It worked really good. So I did go ahead and finish it because all the pieces are even, and then I went ahead and just, after I cut the strips, just cut off the hem. Because what happens by the time you pull it, it ends up being the same length. It works perfect. It's just perfect and cute. And you can see, and I just continue that. Is that adorable? It's just as cute as can be. I really, really like it. And it's comfortable on, it's cute, etc., etc. On the one picture, just in case you saw it, there was a pocket. And pockets, if you wanted, I am not a pocket person, but I cut your pockets about 8 inches wide. Your hand is about 5 to 6 inches wide, and it gives you enough space to put in your pocket. And then I do my pockets about 11 inches long. And you can just put it to the side. Your fringe is going to come to here. You can just put it on that side panel. And you can make it narrower or wider. That panel's probably not that wide, but that's a good placement for your pocket. Don't make it too high, because literally you want to make it usable so that if you put your hand in there, it will actually work. But it's just a rectangle. Play around with it. If you're a pocket person, you could add a little pocket right there. It would be adorable. You could go all the way to the hem if you wanted to, but again, play around with this. What I wanted to do was bring you just a great current. Sweatshirts are so popular. All these sweatshirt fabrics are being used. This is like a brush, I don't know, it's amazing. It's like a brushed cotton, but it's really soft, it's beautiful. Just remember, it doesn't fringe both ways. Turn it up. Don't make any changes to the pattern. Completely finished. And then fringe the front. And it's adorable. I absolutely love it. Looks great. Easy. Throw it on for shopping. I actually have somewhere I have to go in the morning, and it's going to be on. I'm going to finish trimming it. Happy sewing from Silhouette Patterns.